the Edmonton Oilers would like to select with their first pick from the Erie Otters, Connor McDavid.
Buffalo selects Jack Eichel.
Surprise, surprise. McDavid, Eichel, 1-2.
On June 26th, Edmonton and Buffalo surprised no one by selecting Connor McDavid and Jack Eichel 1-2, respectively, in the NHL draft. The two players have been compared to some of the greats of the game before they've even skated a shift on the ice. Now, the Ducks had a first and second round pick of their own. They elect to go with Larson in the first and Nattinen in the second. How will these guys contribute, if at all, in this season?
Not here in North America. I'd be surprised. I think they'll both stay and play in Europe. Larson is a puck-moving defenseman. If that sounds familiar, that's exactly what they said about Hampus Lindholm after they drafted him, and he's turned out pretty darn well. They think they've got a good one in Larson. Nattinen's a center. Physically a little bit more mature, probably a little bit closer to playing one day in the National Hockey League, but these are longer-term prospects for Anaheim.
Brian, with these two picks, the Ducks add further depth to an already deep player pool, especially when you look along the blue line.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. They do have a ton of depth. They have a lot of good young prospects. A couple that we will keep an eye on in training camp this year that have a shot of being part of the Ducks roster. In my mind, it would be Nick Ritchie, the power forward. I had one OHL scout tell me that this kid possesses the best wrist shot that's come out of the Ontario Hockey League in the last 20 years. He's a goal scorer, the power forward. That seems to fit in well with names like Itzlaff and Perry. And on the back end, Shea Theodore is a power play quarterback who can really skate. And as we saw from the Blackhawks in the playoffs this year, if you can really skate from the back end, you can create offense at any moment.
As you'd imagine, Ducks fans will be excited to see some new names come up and out on the NHL ice. But for General Manager Bob Murray, this depth is obviously something he's very pleased with.
You can never have enough defensemen. There will be issues going forward with them all. We're very aware of that upstairs. We know we're going to have some problems. We're waiting to see who jumps out from the Theodores, the Mansons, people don't even know, the Walensky's of the world and those people coming on, the Montours of the world. People don't even know them here. The Peterson, they're going to play for the Swedish junior team this year. People here don't know them. So we're deep in defense. We like it. We took another one this year that's a pretty talented kid. And much like Hampus is, and we'll keep building from the back end out.
And so obviously the emphasis for Bob Murray is to load up on the back end. It was kind of an anomaly during the playoffs. Remember, they went out and they acquired James Wisniewski to add some depth to the blue line. He never played a single game because the blue line was that good, and they were healthy throughout the postseason. But Anaheim figures that they're due for another long, long playoff run. They want to go all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. In order to do that, Bob Murray feels you might need as many as 10 or 12 defensemen that can play.
Certainly a story that will play out in the coming months. Now, earlier this summer, some of the Ducks prospects were in town for a 4-day mini camp, and we followed them one afternoon when Honda Center executive chef Jojo Doyle gave them some tips on how to create meals for a healthy lifestyle.
Did we get any Italian seasoning in it? Well, we have probably 40 of the finest hockey players in South Orange County today learning how to cook a little bit. We've gone over a lot of healthy meals, learned how to juice. We're making some great breakfast items. We're going to do a bison meatloaf. We've got some great desserts where we made like a chia seed yogurt pudding. And I think it's really interactive. It's been fun.
It's pretty cool for everyone. A lot of guys haven't done this before, and it's good to learn. A lot of guys will be living on their own once they turn pro, and it's good for developing those skills.
Don't want to depend on other people to make their food all the time. I think it's the second most important thing that they can know how to do besides play hockey. I mean, they are phenomenal athletes, and every one of them needs to understand that what they put in their body and how they digest it, and what is a huge difference between good to great. And what we're trying to do is show them how to be great. These kids are just having a good time. You see a lot of smiles. I mean, they're making stuff for each other. It's been a good day. I mean, the most critical thing you can do is control your diet. There's no way that you can't understand what you're digesting. Now it's about what are these calories and what are they doing, and how can they benefit me internally. I added collard to this one. extremely high in vitamin C. Don't want to add gluten if not necessary, or any unnecessary carbs for you guys. Watermelon, pomegranate juice, and blueberries, I think, right?
This is the first time I met him today, obviously, and he's obviously pretty neat guy, and he had a lot of good ideas for us young guys, and it was nice to meet him, and it's been a good day.
Well, it's really important because you can't eat like McDonald's every day because you need good food, and it's very important to me, so I try to think of it every day.
When you're a hockey player, you gotta be putting good food in your body to play the best at all times, and it's good learning this kind of stuff.
That's one of the greatest things about being a chef is you get to teach people how to take care of themselves for the rest of their life. So they're going to be able to eat a good meal and turn around and be ready for the game. It's good stuff.
One final timeout, and then some new rules in the National Hockey League. Brian will shed some of his thoughts on that, and we'll wrap things up on this special edition of Ducks Live.